What's up, my people? Salute, salute, salute. Good afternoon, y'all. We back in the building. Welcome back to the No Duck Zone podcast, and welcome. First time coming to check it out. Welcome. Yes, yes. Friday afternoon. We back to do some boxing talk. I mean, shouts to everybody out there on this Friday that your traveling arrangements is going well out there. I hope everybody has got to where they were going safe. I know, especially on Fridays, probably payday for some of y'all. So I hope you cash your check or got your money deposited and you was able to go out and do whatever it is you want to do. Especially if you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, man. Go find something fun to do for these 2 days because it's right back to work. Shouts to everybody out there, all my people, all my No Duck Zone family, new and old. Shouts to single last one of y'all. We are back to talk about a fight that was mentioned before, but nobody really thought about it like that because they were under the same banner, had the same coach. Earl Spence versus Charlo, with Jamel wanting smoke. This is going to be interesting. But let's get into it. All right, so for my newcomers, everyone, welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, baby. Support. Anybody interested in merch? You've seen the merch. If you have, you go on my Instagram, you'll see it. I think my YouTube, I might have something on it. Go up there if you're interested in the merch. We just got to order the No Duck Zone hoodie, No Duck Zone mugs, No Duck Zone t-shirts. We got a lot of other stuff that we're working on. As you can see, we got like No Duck Zone bag. You can basically put this in anything. You know what I mean? You could throw it over your shoulder. You can put whatever you want. So anybody interested in any merch, y'all know to hit my DM on Instagram, Duck Zone on the gram. Holla at me. Cool. All right. Earl Spence, Jamel Charlo. A fight that I wasn't really cool when people were talking about it then. Because of Derrick James. They had something in common, right? Derrick James was the coaches. But when people were talking about this probably from maybe 3 years ago, and I'm like, that probably would never happen. Drew Titan, Bronx Deck, my brother, what's up? Drew, I will send you the link, but sheesh, it'd be hard for me to do that. But anyway, from 3 years ago, people were talking about this, and I was like, it'll never happen, but it's boxing and anything is possible. Anything can happen. And I found out El Charlo is not even trained by Derrick James anymore. And I asked my brother D Free when he was up here the other day. Matter of fact, just yesterday we mentioned it, that does this make the fight, did it make it easy for it to happen? Because in this situation, it would have been Derrick James in Jamel's corner with whoever would have been training Spence, but it makes it kind of easy to not be a part of it. And probably we don't know how Derek feels now, having to sit home and hear this. And I'm sure at some point they're going to, and somebody's going to interview him and want to know what he thinks about it. And what the good thing about Derek is that he's not going to have anything negative to say, or if he feels like speaking about it. These guys both been out about the same, only 2 months apiece. For Spence, July 29th of 2023, Charlo, September. 2 months apart. Now, the thing is, Jamel is no stranger to 54. He's been there. For Spence, it'll be his first time. How does all this play out? Y'all know me that breaking down fights. I don't know how this shit plays out. They both been out for a while. Now, y'all are gonna go on the last performance and how somebody, and that's how y'all will make y'all predictions. How good did Spence look in his last fight? We saw what happened. How good Jamel looked in his last fight. Well, Jamel stopped. He wasn't beaten bad, but he was outclassed. And I know a lot of y'all will take that and run with it, and you'll go, and that doesn't mean anything. Just because that happened to Spence, that doesn't mean Jamel will be. You got Dallas, Texas versus Houston, Texas. I could see this fight happening. Oh yeah, no doubt, CJ. I appreciate you, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, I got you, my West Coast brother, man. You know I'm gonna look out for you. I see this fight happening in Texas. This is Texas, Jerry's World. Do you know what the arena would look like? Earl Spence versus Jamel Charlo. Man down versus Lions only. Man down versus Lions only. This would look crazy. I mean, it's a fight that could be in Texas. There's only right Texas fighters. I mean, it could be a fight in New York, whatever they want to do with it. But the fight has Texas written all over it. And if in Arlington, it could be in San Antonio, but now the time it'll be Jerry's World. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it, CJ. You'll get it. But hold on, let me take this right because it's too much. It's too much going on. Too much light. All right, I like it better that way. Okay. I'm sorry. As well, I thought you had one. I apologize. I had one. I apologize. Thought you had one. I'm sorry. A lot of times I think people have one and then I have to correct it. I apologize. Um, just thinking about not just the fight, where the fight could possibly take place. Now, now is saying that they're going to fight or there's a time and place, but Charlo, Jamel, that is considering it, and I'm asking, who's not interested in seeing it? I mean, if you're going to sit here and tell me that there's a possibility that you're not entertained by that, I mean, that's on you. Um, this is a great comeback fight. This is a great comeback fight for both of them. Neither tune-ups. This is not a tune-up. I don't care what y'all feel about Jamel Charlo. This is not a tune-up. Not a tune-up. It's not a tune-up for neither one. Earl Spence is no tune-up. It doesn't matter how long he's been out. It's sad. I mean, I don't want to say it's sad, but this is the history. And you might have to end up fighting your friend, somebody you call your friend, somebody you call your brother. You could expect to see this one day with Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn. Just saying. I'm not rooting for it, but this is boxing. It's possible. So keep that in your mind. I like this. I'm a fan of both fighters. And you know, a lot of y'all kill me, right? This pisses me off with y'all. I don't want to see Spence coming back. Nobody gives a shit what y'all want to see, man. Why can't y'all get that through y'all thick skulls? Nobody cares about what y'all want to see. Y'all don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see come back, but y'all sure can't wait to see Tank versus Jake Paul. But y'all gonna sit there and tell me y'all don't want to see Earl Spence come back. It is. It could be. Yes, it can. It's going to be, but y'all can't. I mean, people have a right to y'all your opinion. But what kills me about y'all is that y'all always go out y'all who y'all don't want to see coming back into boxing. Nobody cares what y'all want to see. Just because a person's coming back into boxing, that doesn't mean you have to watch. Understand why y'all don't get that? If you don't want to see Jamel Charlo, if you want to see Spence, if there's a lot of guys you don't want to see come back, you don't want to see Keith Thurman, you don't want to see this person, you don't want to see that person, nobody's making you watch. I don't know why it's so hard for you fools to understand that. Nobody cares. I sure don't care what y'all think. That's why I don't pay attention to none of y'all. Y'all just be talking to be talking. Nobody cares what y'all think. You're not. Your opinion is not. It's not relevant. I tell you this all the time. I love what's going on in boxing right now. The topics are boring, but the fights that's getting made are great. This is great. Thurman and Fedor is official. October 25th. This is great. Earl Spence, if they can get this going, that would be great. I don't know if it'll be at the end of this year. I don't know if it'll be in the beginning. That would be a great year to start off. I tell you that. Rather than in Texas or in New York. A fight like that, they gotta do a press conference in New York and LA. It's a big fight. And I love it. I'm hoping that we will negotiate. But anything can happen. Anything can change. Just because there's talks that don't mean it can happen. You know, we can end up seeing Charlo and Tim Zoo. We can end up seeing Spence and somebody else. But this fight, I love it. Once again, I always tell y'all, who you going for? I'm not picking anybody. What? In my opinion, what? In my opinion, what? I'm waiting on you, brother. In my in my uh in my opinion, what? Well, it's not about if he's overrated. I don't care nothing about none of that. There's a lot of that's overrated. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about that. That's the problem. Too many people worry about if somebody's overrated. There's a lot of overrated people. I don't really. I'm not in no position to call nobody overrated. I don't worry about a lot of overrated baseball players, basketball players, rappers, movie stars. I don't care about none of that. I'm a fan of boxing, and all I want to see is when I'm watching boxing, I want to see people get it on. I think there's a lot of people that's overrated, but I don't really pay attention to none of that. When I'm watching boxing, I don't care about any of that. That's not what I'm paying for. I don't care nothing about none of that. There's a lot of people who's overrated, from rappers to football players to basketball players. I don't be caring about that. That's what separates me from all the rest of these content creators. Because a lot of them worry about the wrong shit when it comes to these fighters. I'm not in no position to do that. I don't. Even if somebody is overrated, that's not going to make me stop watching them. I'll still watch you. For me to stop watching you won't be you're overrated. It's because it's something about you that makes me not just want to. You know what I mean? Um, and overrated doesn't mean that you don't have any talent. To me, I don't know. Maybe else mean that, but you know what I mean. But this particular fight right here, um, I'm hoping it happens so it can go in the books. One of the greatest fights that happened. And I mean, if it don't happen, I'm cool with it because things happen. Sometimes you can't come to an agreement. But one thing to worry about is having Derrick James around because to see that, just imagine Derrick James in Earl Spence corner, and and here it is. He trained both of these guys. These guys have been in the gym together. They've probably sparred together. So they know each other. This is boxing. So, a lot of times all that brother stuff, that don't damn thing, man. Sometimes you gotta break bread with your brother. D1, what up? Sometimes you gotta break bread with your brother. There's too much going on. Excuse me, y'all. Give me a second. It's too much going on. Too much going on. It's kind of like irritating me. Let me put it to this side. Shit. Okay. Sometimes you gotta break bread with your brother. Um, it's that buddy shit when they go into boxing. That's my brother. That's my brother. But if I'm your brother, let's break bread. So it doesn't matter to see Charlo come back. It doesn't matter who wants to see Earl Spence come back. I want to see two guys come back and break bread. And I don't think because Charlo challenging him that he's his enemy. I don't think so. Well, they must be beefing because why he want to fight him? Nothing to do with that. What better comeback fight to have than to have with him? A lot of these other guys have been active lately. So when you're trying to come back, you can't just get back and jump in orders. You want to be careful. Even somebody like with the Tim Zoo, you still got to be careful because he's been active. He's been more active than the both. So when you see somebody like a Tim Zoo, oh yeah, man, well, I don't see nothing special about him. You still got to be careful because he's been active. So looking at everybody else at 54, and you go, everybody seems to have a date. Just about everybody. Earl Spence about coming back at 54, and I'm still a guy at 54. Even though I went to 68, I came back down. I'm still that guy. I don't have to worry about Crawford because he done went to 68, and I don't know what he's gonna do after 30. He could easily if he wants to. I'm sorry, I got a call. Give me a second. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Get with him. So so what perfect dance partner to have than Earl Spence? I totally agree with it. I'm gonna sit back now before anybody assume anything because people are sitting here saying, playing. I could give you 5 reasons why the fight won't happen or can't happen or why shit. I ain't asked y'all to give me. Y'all ain't promoters. Y'all ain't fucking managers. I keep telling y'all, y'all ain't agents. Y'all can't predict why some. No. Yes, everybody's allowed to voice their opinion. We all content creators. You come up here trying to run your mouth like you're a manager or you're an agent or you're. No. No, absolutely not. And a lot of times I felt like that's what kills boxing conversations. That's what spoils it when put more negative than positive. Steady saying the fight should happen versus saying I don't want to see it. So it didn't make any sense. Hold on. Yeah. So it's doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? I think Earl Spence, Mel Charlo, all these other guys that you see at 54 are going to be able to do something great for the year of 2026. It's going to be what. Fuck it, I got time to keep playing with the damn camera. They're going to get together and they're going to do something great for 2026. Um, I can't say how the fight will go. You know, man down versus Lions own. We don't know how it's going to look. Will he be gun shy? Will Charlo be gun shy? We don't. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. That was an emergency I got. It's all good though. I can stay on the live. So, thoughts on it, y'all. Now, if you go ask me who do I think will win, I'm not doing all that. I told y'all I'm not picking no fighters anymore. I like to sit and enjoy the fights. Don't ask me why, because you know a lot of y'all. Why? I don't have to explain why. That's how I avoid staying out of arguments. Because if y'all knew how to act like men when it came to these conversations and stop trying to make people pick who you want them to pick, then I would picking a side. See, because when somebody picks who they going for, now you gotta explain why, and you gotta explain this and explain that and explain this. I'm not doing all that. I don't have to do all that. Tay Tay, what's up, Queen? Tay Tay, we got them no Doug Zone hoodies. We got them hoodies. Spark just put in for his. Let's get it. So to understand that in this boxing, we can't be forced to think anything or to say anything. These boxing conversations are not difficult. They're not hard. I'll make them difficult. You know, for a lot of you love it. I don't see that. I don't see it. I see a lot of people just looking for reasons to complain. This is a great fight if it happens. I'm not gonna be the guy that be like breaking news or this happened and I'm not. Oh, are they fighting? I don't know. Charlo called them out. Only thing we can do is see what happens. I wanted to bring it up just to get everybody's opinion and everybody's thought and what they think about it. But I know a lot of y'all thoughts are going to be negative because the first thing says, don't nobody want to see that. Well, I don't want to see Spence come back. You know, there's a lot of fighters that came back that we don't want to see. Or y'all might not be interested. But they're here. Two things you can do. Not watch them and not talk about them on your lives. Because if somebody's not they're not irrelevant, I'm not wasting my time bringing them up. That's the world that I come from. We never give important people attention. If you're not important, we don't give you attention. Because now we just make you more, we're making you relevant. And that's not what we do. So hopefully we'll see it. Hopefully we'll see it. I've been thinking about it too for the last 3 years about possibly a fight with them, and then I'm like, it just slipped my mind. It's not gonna happen. Now, look at what's going on now. It's dope. Let me take this off, y'all, but this is fucking annoying me. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's annoying me. It's too much light in the back. Sorry. Too much light. But anyway, but if you just look at the landscape of 54, I've talked about it. I just talked about Lubin and Ortiz, how amazing that's going to be. Thurman, Fedor. What do we really have to, when y'all really think about it, what do we have an issue with? Because if Earl Spence or Jamal Charlo could get back in the mix of things, oh my God, 154 is probably going to be one of the top divisions out of all the divisions. Out of all the divisions, including the heavyweight division, 54 is good now. But by 2026, the 154 will be even better. And let's not forget Xander Zayas, because he fits into all this. So you understand what I'm saying? It's a lot going on with 54. Very talented division. Now the thing is to sit back and see how all this plays out. It's sad to see that Derrick James is not around, and I don't know. Somebody said that he's not training Charlo. I can't confirm it. I can only go by what I heard, but that I don't. It's sad, but maybe best, because it would be hard to be across on the other side, knowing that even though I've been with this fighter since the amateurs, I did still build a relationship with that guy across. So to be across from it is it's difficult. It's very difficult. But once again, I think it makes it just that easy. Just that easy. So if anybody has a problem with Earl Spence coming back and you saying I don't want to see him, well, who's asking you to watch him? I don't think he should come. Well, nobody cares what y'all think. There's a lot of things that I don't think, but hey, I keep it to myself. There's a lot of fighters who feel like they got a Danny Garcia. I was just watching something with him when Aka Barak, they did something here when they were in New York, and Danny might feel like he got one more fight left in him. A lot of y'all gonna say, I don't want to see Danny. Okay, well, nobody cares what you want to see. I care. Okay, well, keep your care to yourself. That's what some of y'all need to do. Keep your care to yourself. It's all right to voice your opinion once or twice, but some of y'all are just so negative on these shows where when you talk, everything that comes out your mouth every day is, I don't care. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. That's all y'all are based on is being negative when it comes to these conversations. Y'all are more negative than y'all all positive in these conversations. Because everything is, I don't care. This doesn't happen. This person doesn't deserve this payday. When are y'all gonna realize that nobody cares what y'all think? It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. I'm hoping they could do some negotiating and we can see this fight. I'm praying. I'm praying that we do. Smash my like button, y'all. Let's get them likes up. Let's get the subscribers up. For anybody who want to hear some decent content and where we're fair over here and we don't deride over here, we don't clout chase over here. It ain't just about views over here. Because if y'all looking for that, you at the wrong channel. If you're looking for your favorite fighter to be talked about, you coming to the wrong channel. Whoever just hit that like button and made it 7 in here, I appreciate you. How much do y'all love the sport of boxing? Or do you just love being a part of the conversation? Because I love it. Yes, there's a lot of things that need to be fixed with it, but I love it. And I love it a little different from what y'all do. Because there's just some things that I'm not going to let distract me, aggravate me, piss me off, where I got to be emotional about it. I refuse to, man. Some of y'all gonna raise y'all blood pressure over this boxing, and some of y'all don't even have a blood pressure. Y'all gonna raise y'all blood pressure off the strength of this boxing. When all you got to do is support what you want to support, talk about what you want to talk about, and respectfully keep it moving. Now, my question is, how hard is it to do that? So fine, you don't want to watch Jamel Charlo versus Earl Spence? Don't. I bet you will though. Well, if it's pay-per-view, I ain't watching. Who gives a shit? Yeah, you might not pay for it, but if somebody go live on Instagram, y'all gonna watch it. If somebody goes live on Instagram, as much as y'all talking about you ain't gonna watch it, you gonna go to somebody's gram if they going live to watch it. Huh? Well, I ain't watching Tim Zoo and Thurman. You a lie. Y'all are some confused boxing fans. Confused. You're confused. And I don't understand that. And this is the reason why, I move the way I do on my channel, because I'm like, you know what, McLean, it's not about being the smartest or having all the answers. You gotta speak with your own mind. A lot of you guys are not speaking with your own mind. You're getting paid to say shit. Mm. See, it's easier, Bruce Gas, what's up, my brother? It's easier to speak your mind than versus you have a battery in your back. So now at this point, you're just saying whatever you're getting paid to say or whatever you think the public wants to hear. We have to get these boxing conversations together. We have to get a grip of these conversations because it is our job, it is our duty to not to confuse the public about what's going on in the sport of boxing when questions come around. When questions come around, we have to be there to answer them and not confuse people more than what they are already. So, I say once again, like I say every day, who has a problem with a Earl Spence versus Jamel? Oh, I do, because I don't think he should come back. Well, nobody cares what you think. How about that? How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody cares. We got a lot of fighters. Hey, Gary Russell came back. Some people might have said, what, 2, 3 years he was gone. I don't want to see Gary. But guess what? Gary's back. How long will Gary be back? I don't know. But I'm glad to see him back after, losing his father, losing a brother, training his brother. Omar Brand, I got to call you tonight, man. I got to call you. I have to come see you in the office sometime next week to talk about the situation. Shout out to my brother Omar Branch, man, my mentor, my best friend, my dog. So when will we realize that there's just some things in the sport of boxing we all don't have no control over because we're not in the business. That's all I try to get y'all to say. So when y'all keep saying this dude keeps saying the same thing on his live all the time, who do you got winning the? I'm not picking who I got winning the fight. I don't pick anymore. I just sit back. You probably wasn't here when I said it, but I'm not picking nobody winning fights anymore. I'm just sitting back as a fan and enjoying it. Not because it's Earl Spence versus Jamel. That's in any fight. With the Canelo and Bud, I'm not picking. Any of these fights that's coming up with Fedora and Thurman, I'm not picking. I'm sitting back as a fan and enjoying it. Because when you have to sit there and pick sometime, people don't know how to act. You end up arguing with people. And then as soon as the fighter loses, people got something to say to you. And the thing is, if a guy lost that you picked, there's no need for anybody to pick on you about it. Even if you went hard for that fighter, people will pick on you about it after the eighth out of. Okay, cool. I got you. I got you. I forgot about that. Oh, I got you. So yeah, I'm not picking anymore. I just want to sit back and just enjoy the show. I just want to see a good war between two guys who's going in there and they're trying to prove who's the best. So that's how I stay out of a lot of issues and all this stupid going back and forth you see people doing because like I said, it's against the law for you to pick who you like because either like I said, you gotta explain who you like or you're gonna find yourself in a conversation or argument with somebody. Your fighter lost. So what happened, man? Come on, send him the link and tell him to come up because his guy lost last night and he been vouching for this guy for the last 2, 3 years. I want to ask him what happened last night to his fighter. Man, I'm not going through all that with you fools. Who the hell are y'all that I got to go back and forth with y'all? Because your fighter won, but he's only your fighter because you like him. You didn't train him as if you trained him to beat the fighter I like. Some of y'all do a little too much. You are fans. Stay being fans. So, anybody asks me, why don't you pick? That's exactly why I don't pick. And if I do, I'll never let y'all know. I'll keep that to myself. Because then when something happens, you'll never know who I went for. Because when I come up on my live or your live, I'm not going to come up mad. I'm not going to come up mad, and I don't come up making in fun of the other fighter. I'm just not going to do it. And that's the behavior of you grown ass men acting like a bunch of middle school kids. Jamel Charlo, Earl Spence, if it happens, cool. If it don't happen, I'm still not upset. Damn, yeah, I wanted to see it. Who knows? It's a fight that could take place in Dallas. It's a fight that could take place in New York. But being that you got two Texans, hey, Jerry's world is written all over that fight. And I would sure be there in my living room or my bedroom to see it. Wish I could be there live. Who knows? Anything's possible. I'm hoping if they do make that and they do a press conference, you know how they do in LA and then they be in New York. If they make that, I'm sure if I can't make anything else, I'm going to make it to the press conference. That's a fact. That is a fact on top of a fact. So I got no issue with it, y'all. I mean, I don't know what else y'all want me to tell y'all. And if this fight does get made, I'm sure this won't be my last time talking about it. I'm sure it will not be. If it gets made, we'll be talking about this again. Who knows if the fight gets made at the end of the year, which I doubt it. If it's in the beginning of 2026, whenever they want to do it, um, we'll be coming back up to talk about this fight again. And even when the fight gets made, nobody's to come up and go, you know, who do you got winning? I ain't got nobody winning, man. I'm sitting back and I'm relaxing. May the best man win. Not because I'm fans of both of them. That's for any fight. Because anything can happen. Anything is possible. And y'all don't make it fun to pick. Y'all don't make it fun for somebody to pick who they like. Because y'all go too far with it. Y'all go extremely too damn far with it. And I'm not gonna be a part of that BS. See, one thing about over here, No Doug Zone, we are a grown channel. We do grown things. We have grown conversations. We have grown people in the chat and the panel. If you don't know what a grown channel looks like, then you might wanna check this out. Now you don't have to like what I say, but it ain't clout chasing and it ain't to get views. My views are never super, but I get them. And I appreciate what's being brought to me because nobody has to view me. Nobody has to watch me, but they do, and I appreciate that. Smash that like button for me one time, my good people. So it is what it is, y'all. I have an interview I might be getting into tomorrow. Um, One of the amateurs. His name is Eli. He fought on that card that y'all see me at last Sunday. The amateur show you see me at. Um, he has he's going to be fighting in October, so be on the lookout. Hopefully he gets back to me tonight. That might be an interview I might be possibly having even tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night. I'm going to get back to him, and we're going to see what we can make happen. But that's it, y'all. There's no special effects with me. I spoke my piece about how I feel about it. Let's hope we see Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo. I appreciate you. Thank you. I try to do my best. I'm not perfect. And people may not like what I say and they might feel like I'm saying the same thing. But my thing is you go to everybody else's channel, they say the same thing every day too. And they have the same topics. But see, if I do it, it's a penalty. I'm no ass kisser and I won't be one. I'm just a guy who's going to speak what's on his mind because at the end of the day, I'm independent. I run my own show. My show don't run me. Nobody sliding a couple dollars in my pocket to say anything. Nobody can come to me and pay me to say anything because No Duck Zone is not for sale and I never will be for sale. Now, I sell merchandise to you. That's about the only thing I sell. But I'm not for sale. So you can never get me to say anything. That's not normal. So you guys can look at me and be like, what's going on with him? Why is Clarence saying that? The boxer source, what's up? I'm not for sale. No, sir. No, ma'am. So everything you hear me say on here is not scripted. Nobody's sending me a text message saying you say this or sending me an email when you start your show every day from Monday to Friday. This is what you say. You know, people will pay you to control you. All money is not good money. So some people will pay you to control you, and people don't even realize that. You think you're doing business with somebody, but all you're doing is their dirty work. People will pay you to control you. You can't do that with me. I'm a whole different breed. It's not gonna work. You're wasting your time. Well, McLean, what if somebody comes with a fat check and tells you to get on here and just start bashing every type of fighter you could bash? Well, all money ain't good money. Because when I'm out in public and that fighter or his entourage catch me and they want to bash my damn head in, the same people that's paying me to speak negative about them, are they going to be there to save me? Yeah. Um, a boxer sauce, you know, these type of things happen. Um, I think eventually we see this with Shakur and Keyshawn. Eventually, I might be wrong. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but sometimes the brotherhood ain't the brotherhood. Things happen because if we in the same division and you hollering about you the best and I'm hollering about I'm the best, we can't just both be the best without seeing each other. We going around each other, beating everybody else up, knowing that we got to see each other. It makes no sense. Or one of us got to move out the damn division. We both can't say we the best and claim that title, and then nobody sees anybody. I don't know. Whatever's going on with them, I'd rather see them go back and forth in the ring than Twitter. Because I'm tired of these fighters with this Twitter beef. Every time a fighter got something to say, they got to run to the internet. They worse than some of the people that's on YouTube. You ain't got to run to the internet. Let's fight. Because we read these tweets, we fall for them, and then we bring it into the boxing conversation. Well, this is what he tweeted. I don't give a shit what he tweeted. If the fight is not signed, sealed, and delivered, I don't care what they talking about on social media. Because you know the funny thing about it? When we're talking about something or we post something, the first thing they go is the fans don't know this, they don't know that. But the first time the fighters post something, y'all believe it. They don't even believe what we post and what we say, but y'all go believe what they say when they on social media. Now you tell me, where does that make sense? Okay, well, everybody don't talk at one time. Tell me, where does that make sense? It don't make sense, right? It don't make sense at all. People be saying nothing on Twitter to start drama and beef. Yeah, they do. They do. They do start it, and it be crazy. It be crazy. It be crazy that they. That's why people ask me, do I go to Twitter? Hell no. It's a first of all, dealing with Instagram and YouTube is enough. Why the hell would I want to be on Twitter? I don't want nothing to do with over there. I ain't got time for it. For real, what up? CW. I don't have time for it. Y'all telling me that y'all can go on Twitter and listen to what these fighters say, read what they're saying, believe it. But when we go and do something, they judge us. The fans don't know what they're talking about. The fans don't know what they're talking about. The fans is this, the fans is that. But the first time they say something, we go and we run with it. Just like half of y'all on social media, I don't believe what y'all say. Half of the time, I don't listen to what they say, because they'll say one thing on, they'll say one, they'll say something else one time on camera, and then when you catch them again, they'll say something else. In the words of Dante Boxing, the worst weapon in the world is a microphone and a camera. Worst weapon in the world is a microphone and camera. And this is why, as content creators, we have a responsibility to make sure there is no more confusion, because we don't control the sport of boxing. So we can't say it's our job for that. It's our job to make sure there's no more confusion in these boxing conversations, because we're opening the door to too many people that shouldn't even be in these conversations. Too many. That's causing more confusion than what it is already. Yeah, everybody should be able to voice their opinion. Not really. If it made some type of sense, but there's too many people walking in just saying whatever because they watch a little. They watch a. The problem is it can't be. Yeah, yeah, boxer sauce. It can't be regulated. It just can't, and it's crazy. It's crazy because boxing sauce. When you think about it, you've been out here in these streets. Me and you have been in a lot of events together. And I always try to get people to understand, right? I'm not telling nobody how to run what they do. We don't control the sport of boxing, but we got to control these conversations. We got to. We got to control it because too many people are not catching on to what's going on in boxing. So when we pushing these false lies and we're making up shit, you got people that run with it because they go, well, that must be what's happening because that's what the boxing source is talking about, or that's what No Doug Zone's talking about. If that's not what's going on, then why are they talking about it? Because it's called cloud chasing. It is not our job to put anything out there that's not true, that's not going to help us. Because the problem is, that's the reason why we are looked at the way we looked at. Yeah, Source. Source, Jesus Christ, you know how that is. So now they look at the media and go, why would we want to listen to them? They don't know what they're talking about. They just hear the cloud chase. It's their job to get you on the show, and then you think that they're being genuine, and then when they get you on the show, they're gonna talk some other shit and ask all types of questions. And no, that's not our responsibility. That is not our job as content creators, as bloggers, as journalists. That's not our jobs. Yes, we're going to ask the best question. Let me tell you something. Y'all go subscribe to the Boxing Source. Boxing Source, I want you to drop your link. Let me tell you something. This guy, matter of fact, this is a perfect conversation because Boxing Source, you get to probably talk to Ronnie Shields about this fight. Now, he didn't train Jamel, I believe, or was it at one time he was training both of them? But this is a perfect conversation to have with him. Perfect conversation to have with him. Perfect. And he comes up there all the time with the boxing sauce. Now, if it wasn't something about the boxing sauce, if it was something off about him, you think any legendary coach or fighter or somebody like Ronnie Shields will go sit up there with him? Exactly. You think if the boxing sauce wasn't the person he was, somebody like Ronnie Shields is going to take the time to go up there and talk to the boxing sauce? Why? Because of his name? If you ain't legit and somebody don't see something good in you, they not coming up there to rock with you, no matter how many subscribers you got. No matter how many people how many boxing events you've been to, if you ain't legit, we are blessed to be able to know a lot of legendary coaches, a lot of legendary fighters. I got numbers that I could pick up and call people. You wouldn't even believe it. And I'm sure the source does, and every other brother out there can do the same thing. We actually got numbers of people that we could pick up the phone and call them. See, the real source is that y'all don't know that when stuff is going down, if we really wanted to know something, there's people that we can talk to that can guide us in that direction if they don't have the answers. We just be asked not to say anything. There's a lot of stuff I know right now that's been asked not to be said. And respectfully, I'm not going to do it to raise the numbers up on my channel so y'all can feel good. Well, Clarence, hey, no, Doug's gonna put that out. Now, when they get out and the person that told me, what do you think they gonna think? See, this is why we don't trust you media dudes. Y'all don't care. Y'all just looking to get numbers. Y'all looking to get views. You're looking to get more subscribers. I told you, I'm not a sellout. The only thing I sell is merch. That's the only thing that's going to be sold over this way. And some of us need to be mindful that as content creators, we got a responsibility. I don't understand why it's so damn hard for y'all to understand we got a responsibility. If you don't want the responsibility anymore, if it's too much, if it's too much pressure, go find something else to do. Nobody's forcing you to be a content creator. If it's too much pressure, then go find something to do. I love what I do. I don't care if I got 4 people watching me and 10 likes. Fine. Sometimes people gonna come in here because you ain't talking about their favorite fighter. You're not up in here causing controversy. You're not up in here being messy. Some people like mess. They like controversy. They love it. They love drama. And if you ain't bringing that, then your channel is nothing to them. I guess you just gonna stay at 640 some subscribers, McLean, because you haven't seemed to get it together yet. It's not about that the excellence, but we have a responsibility. You know, we have a responsibility. And the problem is they're trying to get rid of media. That's what people don't understand. Eventually, the media is going to be gone. Y'all think it can't happen? Well, no, they can't do that. They can do whatever they want. There's been a lot of things in this world that we thought that couldn't happen, and it happened. What are y'all going to do when media doesn't exist no more? Yeah, it's been that way for years. But what are y'all going to do when there's no more media? Because at some point, they're going to say, screw media. Oh, we got these guys coming in. We don't need y'all no more.
We don't need you guys no more. You know why? Because they take the time to go to our channels, even though some of the time they don't pick us for fights. They go to these channels sometime and they look and they see the behavior. They see the behavior. They see what's being said. So when media doesn't exist no more, who do we point the finger at? And for some of y'all don't have to worry about credentials because y'all don't apply anyway. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying, Source. They coming in. They coming in. The problem is they moving in slow. We gonna be gone. And see, for you guys that don't apply for fights but sit home and talk this boxing all day, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about because y'all ain't going nowhere. But for people like me, the boxing source and Drew Titan, and a lot of other my brothers that be out here actually pulling up at these fights, where does that leave us? What position does that put us in? Now we got to go out of our way to talk to 4 or 5 people to get to this place because we want in. Look at the fight with Canelo versus Crawford. Look at handling the credentials. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's why I couldn't get nothing for the press. I said, when I applied for it, I said, hold on. What the F is going on here? Then when I seen who was handling it, and I forgot Dana White, he got PC on it. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I'm not even about to go out my way. But you know what people say? Oh, go talk to this person. I'm not talking to 4 or 5 people. It's draining. It's tiring. When you got to work hard doing these videos, going to these shows, now you apply for an event, and then here it is, before you can even get to the event, you got to talk to 4 or 5 people just to get to that one main person you need to talk to. They are slowly moving us out. And like I said, once again, for you people who don't go to fights, y'all don't have nothing to be worried about. You don't apply for a credential, you don't have nothing to be worried about. But for some of us, we have a lot to be worried about. Rather, if you monetize on here or not, it doesn't matter. You being monetized don't make you better than me. Because we all sitting in the same row. We're in the same building. What position does that put us in when they don't want us no more? Y'all better start waking up. You can run your show the way you want to, but I tell you what. You think what you do and say is working? When they don't want media no more, then what? Then what? For some of y'all that don't go to fights, well, I was never going to fights anyway, so it don't matter to me. So I really don't care. Yeah, we don't expect y'all to care. Y'all a bunch of dudes that sit home and press the keyboard while we actually are outside doing this for real. Because you know me, rather if it's amateur boxing or pro boxing, I'm outside. Well, I never say hopefully who could defeat who. I sit there and just say may the best man win. I'm not looking for nobody to defeat anybody. I just want to see a great fight. Who knows? Who knows, man? This is a great comeback fight because they both fought the same year. They both last fight was in the same year, 2 months apart. Hey, go in there. I want to see a war. I want to see a war. That's what I want to see. I want to see a good war between 2 guys that no matter how they feel towards each other, they getting together, breaking bread. So this would be great to see. Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope we can see Jamel Charlo, Earl Spence, and to see a lot more fights like it because 54 is going to be on fire. Not just this year, but in the year of 2026 and in the future, as long as we got young people around like Sebastian Fedora and Xander Zayas, we got young people, the division is going to be, it's going to be crazy next year, man, and later this year. Listen, y'all, I got to go. This is my time. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I hope I didn't talk y'all to death. I got a passion about what I do. So when I'm talking to the other content creators, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It's only a matter of time before the jig is up. And none of us are going to have to worry about it. We'll be doing our content from at home, or we'll have to wait till the fighters walk out of we have to wait till they walk out of the venue and go meet them at their hotel just to go talk to them. We don't want that. So for some of us, let's stop the complaining, the bickering, the battering. It's okay to speak your mind about how you feel, but we don't have to look for every damn thing to complain about in boxing. There's just going to be times we're not going to be happy with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in life that we're not happy about. We may not be happy with our jobs, our marriage, what our kids are doing in school, our co-workers. We can't complain about everything. It's certain things we don't have control over. Let's be more concerned about what we have control over and what we want to watch and what we don't want to watch and what we want to support and what we don't want to support. Y'all have a great and blessed Friday. I love y'all. Enjoy the rest of it. And like I said, be on the lookout. I have an amateur that might be coming through here tomorrow. I'm waiting for him to drop the time. And once he do, I'll put it up. Tune in because this is a dope amateur, young kid. I'm getting back to, well, I'm not getting back, but you're going to see more amateurs on here. I'm getting back into that space because I know a lot of them be busy and school's about to start back up, but I'm about to grab a lot of them. So be on the lookout for that. I love y'all. God bless. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.